Our Shelley Winters Fest continues here with Mario Cantone. Whoever Slew Auntie Roo from 1972.
And if you have the DVD, it says Who Slew Auntie Roo, and then you look at the credit and it says Whoever Slew Auntie Roo. So I don't know why there's a discrepancy.
Well, Who Slew Auntie Roo is better.
Yeah,
like, it was fewer.
I think so too.
Yeah, so
it's got more of a ring to it.
Yeah.
More of a swing and a ring. Well,
so this is the Shelley Winters question period, right? Like where the titles of her movies are questions. Yeah. Yeah.
And this is one she got the script of and asked Curtis Harrington to direct after she worked with him in What's the Matter with Helen.
And these all stem from Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. I mean, that idea of putting these older actresses in these movies, again, with very similar titles.
And this one is, she's the lead, of course.
Yeah, she's Auntie Roo, just as she was Helen in What's the Matter with Helen.
She's the title character. But she doesn't have another leading lady to work with. It's just her, and this is based kind of on Hansel and Gretel a little bit.
I thought you were going to say,
what?
This is based on a true story. And I was like,
yeah, could you imagine?
There's no way this is a true story.
You never know.
Yeah.
And this was made in England. It was a co-production with the U.S. and England. I don't know the two studios, but it was a co-production. Not that that matters.
Well, it's
Who
an
cares?
AIP. It's for the American studios, American International Pictures.
Yes, and So this character is very different from Helen Roo. She's much more flamboyant. She's gregarious. She
doesn't appear to be plagued by madness.
No.
Yeah. Right. Well, doesn't appear.
She doesn't appear, no. And Mark Lester, who I was really obsessed with as a child, from Oliver, who was wonderful, and his sister, played
Chloe
by
Franks.
She's a beautiful little girl. She's actually very good in it too. And then Ralph Richardson's fantastic in
Ralph
this
Richardson.
too.
He doesn't know how to do it except well.
No.
And then Michael Gothard plays the butler, Auntie Roo's butler, and he's very good, I think, in this. He's very scary, and he seems like he's kidding in many of the scenes early on, but he's pretty scary.
He's scary. Look, I was saying this earlier, but just to finish the thought, there's a thing that Betty Davis did and Shelley Winters and Debbie Reynolds in this last picture. It's not about playing the emotion of joy, but it's about the joy of actually doing the work, which brings the performance up to the level that it should be. It's not doing documentary acting. It's playing it to the fullest and yet grounding it too and believing it. And that's what Shelley Winters does. That's what Debbie Reynolds does. That's what Betty Davis does. That's what Crawford did. It's bigger than life, yet it's real. And you buy it and you're with them. And there is you feel the joy in the playing of these characters and what these women did. And that's, I think, why this movie performance of Shelley Winters works also.
Yeah, I think it does as well. And this is a compelling idea, right? She's alone. She had a child. She lost the child. We learn in the first scene that something strange is happening to Auntie Roo. But then she seems like the funnest auntie in town, right? She has all the orphans come over for Thanksgiving dinner or for holiday dinner, Christmas dinner, whatever it is. Yeah, she's
gifts and goodies and
she's lovely. Except then she takes an interest in these two.
Yes.
These two siblings. Mark Lester and Chloe Franks. Mark Lester, by the way, after his success as a child actor, eventually became an osteopath and a chiropractor.
Get out.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Left the business and carved out his own way.
Sometimes it's smart to leave the business.
Yeah. Do you wish you'd left the business? I know many people wish you had left the business.
I know that too. No, I don't. There's nothing else I could have done.
Mario, I got news for you. You're an excellent actor. And a
Menkowitz.
And a fine comedian and a reliable game show panelist.
Aren't I, though? I'm like the Charles Nelson Riley of 2000.
There's no higher compliment that a man can pay himself.
I love doing the game shows. It's classic. It's classic. It's classic. Reality shows, no thank you.
All right, we'll watch the movie. We'll speak more afterwards.
We certainly will.
Here's the film from 1972, directed by Curtis Harrington. Shelley Winters in Whoever Slew Auntie Roo.
Ask me that question again, I'm going to knock you out the chair.
Shelley,
What?
we're watching the movie.
Okay.
Back here with Mario Cantone. Whoever slew Auntie Roo? The kids slew Auntie Roo.
Those clever children.
Burned to death, Auntie Roo.
Well, of course, well, she has to. It's Hansel and Gretel. That's,
Right.
I used to do that to some relatives when they would kind of bend over and get into a car in the back seat. I'd be like, and Hansel pushed the Wicked Witch into the oven and shut the door. It's a little family joke that I would do. Anyway,
You seem like you were a delight.
I was a delight. This one, Shelley Winters goes off the rails again. But in a completely different way.
Totally different way.
Than
And
Helen.
She wasn't going to cook the children.
Absolutely
right?
not.
Right? And so that makes the ending, this weird coda of like the kids smiling and laughing. That has happened in a couple of the movies that we have this month, where, again, the end of the film is this, you suddenly wonder, wait, is this a demonic child? Is this an evil child, which we had been led away from during the movie, and then now we question it at the end?
Mark Lester's character is a little smart aleck in this. He's a little brat. He's kind of all-knowing. Katie, the beautiful little girl, I mean, Shelley Winters sees her, and it's an immediate, this is my
fixation.
dead daughter, and
This
she
is my
gets
daughter.
obsessed
This
with
is
her.
my other
But
chance.
what was she going to do with them? She was kidnapping them and keeping them. I don't think she was going to cook them either. By the way, she looked like a terrible cook. She was putting all that crap in there. I'm like, what is she making? Too much spice and cutting up apples and not coring them. You're going to choke on a seed. I mean, it's not good. She starts out so flamboyant and generous and loving the children, and then that little girl keys into her obsession with her dead daughter, and then she just unravels from it. And the seance. Ralph Richardson playing the guy with the seance, and he's such a con artist, and he does it so well. I like those scenes a lot, and especially when she comes in, when they're trying to conjure her.
When Katie suddenly opens the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it is good stuff, and I was entertained throughout whoever slew Auntie Roo, no question.
Me too. I've seen it a couple of times now, and I think there's good performances in it, and what happened to the maid? The maid who was like on the
maid
microphone.
who was part of the scam.
Yeah, she was part of the scam. She was like, "Mammy." Yeah, I mean.
Well, they were all part of the scam. I mean, she was part of the scam, and the butler was part of the scam. Everybody was part of the scam.
Yeah. But I do think that she was killed at the end for kidnapping. She wasn't going to cook the children.
Yeah, although long term, I don't know that Mark Lester was safe in that house. Like, she wasn't going to kill Katie.
Yeah.
But the boy might have been in some trouble.
Yeah, she felt that he was an interference with her relationship with Katie. And, I like that these two movies that we showed tonight were completely different. Even though they were the same director, the style of them felt very different. Auntie Roo felt definitely more British.
No,
because that's
definitely,
where it took place.
yeah, totally English
Definitely.
movie,
And the first one felt more kind of American horror with these two dames. I like that. I think Curtis Harrington did a great job. And his mentor was James Whale. He was very friendly with James Whale, who directed Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein, and which we're showing on Halloween night. We're showing Bride of Frankenstein.
Well, we'll have Frankenstein later in the evening. We just didn't include you in Frankenstein.
No, I'm good. I like Bride of Frankenstein, and
we have Son of Frankenstein.
I love Son. That's the unsung one. We'll talk about that.
That's right. That's all coming up in 2 weeks, though.
2 weeks, huh?
Yeah.
You mean I have to live with you for 2 more weeks?
2 more weeks.
By the cold fire with my cold husband, Ben Mankiewicz. But anyway, good night. You've been great. I'm going to go up those stairs and go to bed. You want to come? Want to come up for a nightcap?
It appears that Mario is done for the evening.
Well, there's only so much you can say about Shelley Winters.
But the creepy cinema continues here on TCM, so stay with us.
Wait, there's a lot you can say about me. So much.